It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com from the Hanging in the Balance release. That is Metal Church with Gods of a Second Chance. And never get tired of Metal Church.
No, they're a pretty solid band, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you now? They're on tour with who?
Well, they were on tour with Armored Saint. I'm not sure now.
No, I thought it was like Megadeth.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, they're part of that show that Havoc got kicked off.
Yeah, it was Megadeth, Havoc, and Metal Church.
I think so. Now I'm sure Havoc's been replaced with somebody else.
Yeah, but love Metal Church, man. I was just so blown away seeing Mike Howe perform with them back in June out at the Whiskey. It's just like that guy was amazing.
Sure.
So,
dude, it's just cool, man. It's cool that they're back, and not that we liked Ronnie Monroe. You know, I wonder where that guy went.
Well, you know, obviously he was doing his solo thing, but I guess you know, I don't know what happened within the band, but I'm sure that Metal Church was looking to raise their profile a little bit to get more lucrative gigs,
right?
You know, with Mike. But man, he delivered, and it was just fantastic.
He had a lot of rest, like 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years of rest.
Exactly.
But he didn't lose a step, that's for sure. His voice was just pristine.
Yeah, he's good.
He is, absolutely. All right, dude. Do you want to take over this portion of the show with your...
No, because I need some sort of a specific song to intro.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go ahead, and then I'll tell you what to play on the out of this.
All right. Fair enough. Well, I was going to cover this story last week, but, you know, unfortunately, you were not part of the show last week.
Right.
And it still goes back to everything we've talked about this newer generation where their feelings are hurt about everything.
Right. And
I think you posted something on your Facebook here just recently about the kids who were 18-year-old back in 1944 who stormed the beach of Normandy.
Okay, yeah.
And the kids today that they basically have their feelings hurt.
Right, they need their safe space.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see here. I think I have it here real quick. I was going to read this. Oh, 1944, 18-year-olds stormed the beach of Normandy into almost certain death. 2016, 18-year-olds need a safe place because words hurt their fucking feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah. So apparently, one of our fans sent in a note here. Metal Drummer 777.
Okay.
He shared a link with us about right here in Chicago. The University of Chicago basically told the students, we don't have any safe spaces and we don't issue any quote unquote trigger warnings.
Good.
That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Trigger
warnings.
Yeah. You know, the only trigger that I know of is on a Glock.
Exactly. Leather loves that.
A trigger warning.
This
might trigger your feelings.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. So anyway, the University of Chicago sent a message to incoming students this week that it does not accept the culture of safe spaces.
Good.
And trigger warnings that have taken hold of many American campuses. Now this in a very liberal city of Chicago is surprising, because Chicago would embrace that culture. You know, I live on the outskirts of Chicago, and the reason we've got the issues that we have is that the city of Chicago has been a Democrat-controlled, metropolis for decades.
Right.
And you know, we've got killings out of control here in Chicago every weekend.
Yeah,
and nothing's being done about it. But yet they're one of the most liberal, city administrations out there
with the toughest gun laws.
Yeah, absolutely. No guns.
And no guns.
But somehow they're not paying attention to that.
What?
Yes.
The criminals are breaking the law?
No way.
You're kidding.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, the University of Chicago sent out their memo. It says American universities have struggled in recent years to balance students' concerns with protecting free speech and intellectual freedom with high-profile flare-ups over which guest speakers should be allowed on campus and which topics should be allowed in the classroom. So let's make sure we censor everything.
Yeah, pal.
Because we don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt.
No, of course not.
President Barack Obama, a former law professor at the University of Chicago, weighed in earlier this year, urging students not to shut folks out.
Yeah, pal.
Just because you disagree with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, John Ellison, the university's dean of students, has sent a letter to the students telling them know where the university stands on the matter.
Okay.
Our commitment to academic freedom means that we do not support so-called trigger warnings.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest goddamn thing I ever heard. Trigger. Well, we're going to talk about something, and it might trigger something in some of you.
Yeah.
We do not cancel invited speakers because their topics might prove controversial.
Yeah.
And we do not condone the creation of intellectual safe spaces where individuals can retreat from ideas and perspectives at odds with their own.
Yeah, Rick might be there next week talking about tuna toppings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because black olives matter, man.
Hey, you're triggering my offended.
Stop triggering me.
You triggered me, man. I feel unsafe now.
Getting back to that now, do you honestly believe? Yeah. And I know it's been in the news and the media, and Rick pointed it out how the media is always spinning everything.
Yeah.
How many people, in general, do you think really are going to have a meltdown if they hear something that doesn't jibe with the way that they think?
Well, let's do the math. 0 times 0 divided by 0 is what?
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking faux outrage. There's no reality to it.
All right. He added that the exchange of ideas may challenge you and even cause discomfort.
Yeah, pal.
Discomfort.
Yeah, I'm getting into the fetal position right now.
But that was preferable to censorship.
Yeah.
You hurt my feelings. I'm uncomfortable at this point.
Yeah, so? They're not forced to stay in the room, are they?
I don't think so.
Not locked in.
Not that I'm aware of.
Get up and leave, you fucking bitches.
Yeah, but you were supposed to warn me ahead of time so I didn't have to experience this traumatizing thing that would cause me to have to leave the room.
No, wrong. The world's not this fucking safe haven, you fucking cocksuckers.
Well, that's the way it should be, though. It should be a safe haven. Nobody should be offended or hurt or anything.
Then move to North Korea, and then you can all have the same fucking idea about everything.
Right.
Your leadership will tell you what to think.
Exactly. The letter was prompted by events at other universities where protests have sprung up over guest speakers and even classwork assignments.
Okay.
Well, Trump attempted to have a speaking engagement here in Chicago way back in the spring.
Yeah.
And he canceled it due to all the protesting and the chaos that was caused.
Right. You should have done it anyway.
At the University of Chicago.
Should have done it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Let them kill themselves, and they can't vote for Hillary.
Right. When students at Brown University heard that a debate on sexual assault would take place on campus, they demanded a meeting with the administrators and created a safe space equipped with calming music and Play-Doh for those who found the topic of Play-Doh upsetting. Here, need this Play-Doh. Let it go. Let it go.
Need one, Pearl two.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
They need the Play-Doh. Just need the Play-Doh.
And listen to this soft song.
In other high-profile incidences, a lecturer at the Yale University was forced to resign after she sent an email suggesting that students had the right to wear provocative Halloween costumes in response to a directive over avoiding culturally insensitive attire.
Holy shit, take it easy.
Now, don't be wearing blackface to the party there, kids.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go as Bill Cosby, don't be wearing blackface.
Yeah, you can go as Bill Cosby, white man.
Yeah, because that would be culturally insensitive.
In fact, don't go as Bill Cosby at all. We can't make fun of a black man that rapes women.
Right.
That would be wrong.
It would.
Go as George Washington Carver.
Exactly. When students at Smith College held a protest in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, they demanded that the only journalist who first expressed solidarity with their cause be allowed in.
Fuck off.
You're in. Oh, you don't. Fox News, you're not in. We know you're against us.
Fuck off.
MSNBC, you're allowed in. A Telegraph report found last year that some professors have been forced to add warning, before assigning literary classics in case a student be caught off guard by distressing content.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
The Great Gatsby. Warning.
Why do these professors say, hey, fuck you, this is what I'm doing in my class?
Right.
Dude, you went to college, at least some.
I did.
When you went to college, did your professors give a fuck what you thought?
No.
They didn't give a shit. Here's 50 pages of homework to do.
Yeah, this is the assignment. Yeah, this is the assignment. Turn it in by Wednesday evening.
And if you don't have it done, fuck you. That was it.
Yeah.
Ugh, so pathetic.
It is. Worthless and weak. That's all I got to say. It's just weak.
It is weak.
Everything's weak.
It is. It's terribly weak.
But that's what we're going for, though, because eventually, we need to weaken everything to where, some other higher power will come in and take over.
Yeah, well, it's coming.
That way, nobody will put up a fuss. Nobody will have any resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Well, if that's what you want to do, I guess I'll just go along with it.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's this week.
Does my PlayStation still work? Okay.
Right.
Do whatever you want.
Right. Mom, make me a sandwich before you go to work, will you?
Please. I can't do it myself.
Sure.
You're leaving me a little uncomfortable not making me that sandwich.
Sure. I'm uncomfortable.
Ugh, I hate this generation.
I know, it sucks.
It really is fucking. What's gonna happen when these fucking faggots turn 30, 35? Who's gonna lead?
Nobody.
Jesus, it's gonna be terrible.
Let me see here. Where were we? I was talking about the Great Gatsby. The warning would be.
Yes.
That. Yeah, exactly. That it would have suicide.
You have to tell them that?
Domestic abuse and graphic violence.
Jesus Christ, do these guys not have radios to hear what these fucking faggots are listening to every day? Jay-Z and that kind of shit? Thank you. Do they not hear Nicki Minaj?
No.
They hear that shit.
Some professors and administrators have said events like these put them constantly in fear of causing offense.
Shut the fuck up.
Fear. And we replaced limits on free speech on campus.
If you're afraid of words, you are the definition of a vagina.
Right.
You are the ultimate pussy. Enough.
The University of Chicago was not the first institution to push back. Everett Piper, president of the Oklahoma Wesleyan University, penned in an essay last year saying schools needed to show self-absorbed and narcissistic students that they are not victims simply because they had been offended.
Exactly.
Oops. I was trying to play the warning sign.
Warning.
So there you are. I'm a victim. I've been offended.
If you've ever been offended by any words to where you cried or something, you're just a fucking puss.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fag. And I mean fag is in fag.
Yeah, as in weak.
Yeah, weak pussy.
So here are the definitions of these buzzwords.
All right.
Microaggression.
Don't care, but go ahead.
A choice of words that may have no malicious intent, but which is interpreted by a distressed recipient as an act of violence.
So ultimately, that could be anything.
Could be anything.
You could say, man, my beer's empty. Ah! I'm offended. That would be a microaggression?
Apparently, it says a choice of words that may be interpreted. Well, you could say my beer is empty, and it could be a girl who had an abusive father who said, my father used to say that, and he made me go to the kitchen and get him a new beer.
There you go.
It could be like that.
Yeah, it could be.
He made me get up from my schoolwork and get him a new beer.
Yeah, pal.
Because he said my beer is empty.
My beer's warm.
That was just a signal that it's time for me to get up and get him another one. I felt abused.
I felt hurt.
Trigger warning. An alert that teachers and lecturers are expected to issue if the content of a course might upset any students.
See, this is where it gets stupid, because these guys fucking make up their false outrage all the time.
Sure.
You say Donald Trump to them. Outrage!
Yeah.
That would need a trigger warning. The
Well,
word Donald Trump.
Yeah. Well,
That would be a trigger warning.
there was a story in the news about 4 or 5 months ago, how somebody had taken chalk and wrote "Vote Trump" or something on the sidewalk, and some students went to the dean's office demanding that there be no Trump references in the college campus because it was upsetting them.
Fuck off.
A number of books now come with trigger warnings at some universities. For instance, Ovid's Metamorphosis. The trigger for that, sexual assault, and F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. The trigger warning for that is suicide, domestic abuse, and graphic violence.
If it's suicide and you're offended, I hope you fucking take the lesson to heart.
Right.
And take a trigger warning. I hope you kill yourself.
Right.
There's my trigger warning.
Take the road less traveled, will you?
Yeah. I'll loan you my judge for 1 bullet. Use it in your mouth. Thank you. Thank you for making that safe.
Right. And then the safe space.
Yeah.
A room offering a place of refuge where students feel they can talk safely without fear of microaggression. All this fear.
Fucking babies.
Everything is fearful.
How did our generation... This is our generation's fault. You know that.
Of course it is.
How did we raise such a batch of fags? How did that happen? We were fucking hard. We were, we took the beatings. We were taught not to ever fucking whine about this kind of shit.
Sure.
How the fuck did this happen?
I don't know. It's well, I'm going to tell you how it happened, and I'm just going to say that this goes back to the whole broken family thing, and that the mother, the overprotective mother, is the one who ended up raising the kids, and they're all full of just feelings about everything.
Ugh, just horrible.
That's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I only play one on TV.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts.
Do you want to give a trigger warning for those that have been raised without a father?
Okay.
Was that a microaggression too?
I think so.
Because people could be offended by your point there.
You're probably right.
So for those that did take the trigger warning and were microaggressed, find a room, maybe a closet or something, and go talk to yourself.
Or find a plastic bag and put it over your head.
Yeah, take the plastic bag challenge.
Right, I agree.
If you can breathe for 22 minutes with that thing taped around your neck,
sure,
then you'll be better.
Exactly.
And try it. Please try it.
Yep.
Idiots.
All right. So there you are. The University of Chicago actually not falling for, for the liberal mindset, even though they are in one of the most liberal cities in the nation.
For stupid bullshit.
I agree.
Ugh. Hate people.
All right.